Hi, I'm Dr. Alona Polday,
And I'm Dr. Matt Letterman.
and today we are talking about
Grief, I guess, a little bit of
grief.
grief. This is about dealing with my sister who's not in a place to repair something that happened months ago. And it's painful for me. And I was sitting with where the pain was coming from and what I can do to deal with grief and mourning without trying to force an outcome. And I noticed I was trying to force an outcome. Either I'm trying to
Mm.
force her to repair before she's ready, or I'm trying to come up with some story about what is wrong with her so that I can distance myself, versus how can I just be at peace as she's taking whatever time she needs to take, even if I don't understand what's happening, and even if I would really like to be seen differently. And how do I get peace despite all of that? Because I keep experiencing it in my head.
Yeah, and it sounds like it's beyond differentiation, right? There's part of that where there's a connection that's severed, and then where are you, where is she, and how do you honor both processes while still feeling whole? Because on the one hand, to completely disregard your hurt or your emotional state in an effort to try and be in acceptance or at peace with the situation might not feel completely authentic either. And then on the other hand, being attached to an outcome that you really don't ultimately have control over results in a tremendous amount of suffering. So it's where do you find the in between, like, sweet spot?
Yeah, and how can I experience it as this is all within me? I don't need to control the outcome. I don't need to control her. I don't need to make something happen to experience peace, even if I might have a preference. But that desire for that, that ego voice that's like, hey, I want them to see my good intentions. I want them, I want to be able to explain myself, and that will fix everything. Versus there's nothing that has to be fixed. She's going through her experience. Her experience is causing her to filter other experiences in the ways that she's filtering them. And I can give her that time and space. And the reason I felt like writing about it was because even though I understood a lot of this intellectually, it was hard because my body would randomly get an image of her or an image of what happened, and then I would get a little twinge of resentment or irritation. And the practice for me lately is not so much intellectually understanding all of these different pieces of healing work. It's how do I get my body to really be at peace? Which means when I have that vision, that image, that thought, that sensation, that then I go down a rabbit hole of some irritation or resentment or anger or judgment. How do I stop that? How do I allow that to heal?
It's really hard, and it's particularly hard when it's someone who is really important to you, because not only is there acceptance, but there's a strong longing to be seen. And and the story that can easily come out of it is, if she saw me as I am, then there wouldn't be all of this backstory. So there must be a different person that she's seeing in order to feel the feelings that are coming up for her. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's what's interesting to me. Not only do I know, because I mean, I know what happened. There's no way
Right.
that could stimulate this level of upset in her, which is the part that's particularly confusing. And then on top of that, the hurt of, hey, can't we talk this through? She's got her own trauma. She's got her own experience. She has her own history of us and our relationship. And all of that is contributing to her experience. So I know that it's about her. And she has been more than willing to acknowledge that there's a big part that's just about her and her work and her timing and her capacity. And at the same time, I want it to be resolved. And that's what I'm working with, is how do I let go of the need for this to be resolved for me to experience peace? And I'm not as good at that. Intellectually, I got it, but my body has not caught up yet.
Yeah.
So that's the work. And I think it's about, for me, it's been noticing when that happens and awareness. And when I become aware and I see the image, or I see the drive or the push in me to try and repair, or I see the push in me to come up with a story, or to villainize her, or to make her the perpetrator and judge her or label her, just to see that creates some space, and within that space starts to give me freedom, and the peace is right in there. Which is interesting, because I used to attach peace to solving and resolving. And now there's starting to get little glimpses of peace just from being more aware in these moments of all those tendencies.
Yeah. And I think we have a tendency to connect certainty with safety. If I know what's happening, if I understand the situation, if I can control the situation, I'm okay. And uncertainty feels very unstable, very not okay. And so stepping into that comfort with uncertainty, allowing things to unfold as they unfold and still be okay, is the magic, but it's also very hard.
So more practice,
Yes,
and eventually we will get there.
we'll get there. Work in progress.
There doesn't exist. There's no there.
That's
I think
true.
that's there is, we will continue on this journey
Yes.
as long as I'm on this side of the ground.